people are mounting the sign, the CNN Center sign in front of the actual building, and they are now still chanting, banging objects against the sign as more people and holding Black Lives Matter and waving it back and forth. We have black and brown people standing up there. That is the Mexican flag there, as you can see. And if you pan down in the front of the sign, you can see a number of people standing with their fists in the air, which we know is a sign for Black Power. This is where this protest has taken us. It has been unpredictable at every second, at every hour. We've seen so many things from it moving from a peaceful protest to it, moving from a peaceful protest to it becoming violent, and now the vandalism has begun. We saw bottles thrown at officers. It looks like they're actually getting down now. And we're moving, hold on, sorry. Are you okay? Okay, so they're dispersing right now. Something was just thrown. We have glass that was just thrown at our crew. So we're moving away right now. As I told you, it is unpredictable. We never know what's going to happen. Okay.
Is Chris all right?
So I don't know. We're okay. I think one of our crew members. Are you okay? One of our crew members, the glass that was just thrown, it may have hit him. We're gonna get checked. Actually, one of our crew members is bleeding a little bit.
Why don't you go check that right now?
Brittany, so yeah, let us take care of this.
Please go take care of that.
Okay, so the police car behind me is on fire. As you can see, I can actually feel the heat from the flames as they get higher and higher, and billows of smoke shoot up into the sky as that APD police car burns on Marietta Street. People are yelling to other people to actually get back, to move back. We don't know if this car is going to combust, as you just heard, as those flames get higher. So right now it's a matter of safety. Everyone, wow, okay, we need to move. So we're moving farther away from the flames as it continues to combust, because we were pretty close and we just want to be safe right now. Those flames are getting higher. You can probably hear the combustion. So right now this is a matter of safety, as it always was. But you can see the crowd behind these flames of, wow. You can see the crowd behind these flames as more people just continue to back up. And then to my right, these are where all of the officers are in their riot gear, with their shields, with their helmets, ready for whatever happens next. We had those clashes. We had several clashes. We saw several police cars vandalized. You can see the windshield's broken. And this one car, this one Atlanta Police Patrol car, has burst into flames. The crowd has since backed up, but we don't know what's going to happen next. But again, I've said this throughout the day. This is unlike anything I've ever seen before, and we just have to maintain our safety at every turn.
You know, Brittany, I'm reminded Brittany, I'm reminded of that gentleman you were talking about at the beginning of the protest, before things turned violent, who was talking about his 17-year-old son and how he was hopeful, he was positive, he said, that this kind of violence was not going to break out. I'm sure he and so many other protesters are very disappointed to see this.
Yeah, you know, he said this is not the protest that organizers wanted, and that they made that very clear. They did not want any violence. They did not want to see what happened in Minneapolis, what happened in Los Angeles, that they wanted to keep the peace. But again, it is going on 4 hours or 5 hours now. I'm not even aware of the time, to be honest, but we're well past 3 hours at least, and tensions have continued to rise, and people are angry, and this is what happened. This is what happened. Cars are burning, windows are smashed, and vandalism has taken place as well, along with violence. We did see, I'm sure you saw it on camera in my last hit, another clash between officers and protesters as a man's face was smashed into a patrol car. I don't know if you can hear me. But some people occasionally are walking up to police officers in what I've been calling a Cuban barricade every so often, trying to have conversations with them or yelling whatever their messages are. But for now, as this car is on fire, it seems that things have calmed down for the moment, because people are just trying to stay away from the flames, as are we, Rick and Tracy.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, Brittany, thank you. And you know, as we've been talking, Rick, it's just unbelievable the restraint that the
Day one of early voting in Metro Atlanta meant a long day with long lines. This was the scene at South DeKalb Mall. In Fulton County, there were technical problems in Fairburn.
They got one good job to do in the county elections office is to make sure early polling votes is working, and they are not accomplishing that at all right now.
Over in Gwinnett County, lines in Lawrenceville wrapping around the main elections office.
I'm a little discouraged with how long the lines are and how slow they're moving, but the positive part is everybody's staying in line.
9 polling locations were open on day one. Gwinnett elections officials clocking wait times between an hour and a half to 8 hours.
We've been here 8 hours and 30 minutes.
Voters in Cobb County frustrated as lines moved along slowly.
You're making a civic duty work.
One couple saying they finally voted after 10 and a half hours.
If you want to see voter suppression in action, this is to me what it looks like. It looks like they either weren't prepared or this is actually working according to design.
Brittany Miller, CBS 46 News.
Yeah, they are pretty scary, Thomas and Sharon. The folks at the DeKalb County Board of Health are telling me in 2016, 9 people died from the flu or flu-related complications here in Georgia. Then last year, we're talking about 151 people. And that's why doctors are sounding the alarm tonight.
Everybody, older than 6 months really should be getting the flu vaccine.
Unless you've had a bad reaction or an egg allergy, says Dr. Dave Montgomery, the founder of Prevent Clinic in Sandy Springs. Even though the flu vaccine didn't work very well last year, the head of the FDA says they have confidence that, quote, the flu strains chosen for this year's U.S. seasonal flu vaccine should offer Americans good protection. Dr. Montgomery has heard the myths to avoid the shot.
The biggest one is I'm not going to get a flu shot because it gives me the flu, right? And that's just biologically, physiologically impossible because the flu vaccine itself has no live, active flu in it.
And if you start to feel flu symptoms, he says, stay away from the sweets.
It's really difficult for immune cells, the white blood cells that are actually fighting the fight for you, to see where they're going and to signal to each other to tell them what's going on when there's a lot of sugar swimming around.
But here's what might help.
Vitamin C is known, this is research, to help boost your immune system.
He says hand sanitizers that have alcohol are the most effective against the flu, and these days be extra aware of washing your hands and watching where they go.
It's because the virus has to get access to your membranes, the membranes in your eyes, your nose, or your mouth, in order to really cause you to be ill from it.
And tonight, the Atlanta-based CDC is recommending that folks get the flu shot by the end of October. By the way, they also say it takes at least 2 weeks to become effective. We're live in the newsroom. Mike Dunstan, CBS 46 News.
I found out when he was quote-unquote hanging out with friends that he would go and have booty calls. And it was not with me. It was with other men. And when I confronted him about it, he still denied it. And it was just like, I felt stupid because you knew from the beginning, but yet you wanted to feed into the lie. And I mean, at some point, I was even willing to go along with it.
Were you in love with him?
No.
You was not in love with him?
No.
So you was just willing to do the arrangement?
Yeah.
Is there such thing as a bisexual man?
Yes. He just won't be my man. If you do tell me that you have messed with men in the past, it's a no. I can just think about the things that could have been done, that I might have done, and I don't want us doing the same. Like, no, I
So is it because you're disgusted by 2 men having sex?
No. When I do ask men, are you gay? It's like, do you like, Sprite, and are you gay? Like, it's not coming from a place of me being hurt. It's like general conversation.
Are they asking you from a disgusted or negative space? What is their demeanor when they're asking?
Honestly, man, they're asking, I feel like, at least what I discern it from, is they're asking me from a place of pain. Mm-hmm. Yes. Because they've experienced it before.
Because gay is associated with being feminine, and a lot of men don't identify with that.
Again, when you talk about masculinity, I think as African American men, we protect it way more because it's been stripped of us in so many different instances.
When I used to picture men, and that means that you let some other man take you, and to me that just lined up like you're not masculine, you're not a real man if you let another man take you.
Can you be with a woman that is bisexual? Or
I've done that before. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm sorry.
So that's what I'm saying. Where's the double standard here? Yeah. What do you call the gay man that all of a sudden sleeps with a woman?
I guess he's
Is he straight?
Sleeping with one woman would not make you straight. That would at best make you bi.
But you just erased the man's sexuality that slept with the one guy, and you said he's gay.
And that's the double standard. And that
is a double standard. But if it's a double standard, then you don't keep repeating the double standard. You correct it. When you know better, you do better. I told her that I was gay about 6 months after we divorced. And then I told her that I was actually on the DL with her maybe 5-6 years later.
Oh God. I would hate to even be in a situation like that and have you feel like you can't, you can't talk to me. Like that would just break me down.
And that goes to, and I apologize for not being able to talk, and I apologize for not, even knowing who I am before I even engaged you. I want to apologize to you on behalf of him for how he was then and for him not even be able to present himself.
But see, I'm like your wife. I'm over it.
So you want to capture those breathtaking moments on a roller coaster on video or in pictures? Well, you can't. Not with a selfie stick anyway. At any of the Six Flags theme parks.
As soon as you walk up to get your tickets or to re-enter, there's like 5 or 6 different signs that have them banned completely from the park.
No selfie sticks.
No selfie sticks.
The devices that extend and expand your camera's view are banned. You can't use them on rides or anywhere else at Six Flags.
I was like, do y'all see that? Because a lot of people didn't see it. I had to turn around and I was like, yeah, really, they banned selfie sticks.
A park spokesman told me the policy is for the safety and protection of all guests, whether they're on a ride or just walking in the park.
Strollers and stuff is difficult enough, but then you've got people who are so consumed in their selfie taking, that they'll walk right into you.
This satirical PSA points out just how intrusive selfie sticks can be. But park goers say Edie's all about the experience, and the selfie stick just adds to it.
We're here with like a large church group. It was 32 of us that went to the park. We wanted to take a selfie, so we couldn't.